think this is just a bug. Let me save it and load it again. I don't know what problem is happening here. Let me figure out this after I introduce vSync, okay? Let me just put it here. Sorry for that. Let me pause it and let's go on vSync to introduce vSync first. And you will be able to download a demo version of Amazon from this link, and please do it today. And you are required to use Amazon in your homework. The next thing is about vSync. For vSync, we have 5 licenses in our lab, so you can access vSync in our lab. And another option is to acquire a student version or 30-day trial version from this website. And we are also requesting a classroom license, so it's coming. The first thing I want to talk about vSync is the network geometry. Actually, the background. So when you open vSync, we'll be able to go to View and Background and Edit. Then we'll be able to load background files. For example, I have a satellite image of our flint loop. Close. Where is it?
That's the bottom?
Oh, here. Yeah, here. So let's zoom in using the using the scroll wheel. So this is the flint loop. So I'm going to show you how to model this. In order to model this, we first have to we first have to scale this background. So go to Background Edit and click Scale. To scale it, now we see our cursor as a ruler. And we know that from the bottom of the satellite image from top to bottom, the length is equal to 265 meters. So I use left button to drag a line from the top to the bottom. And then we specify the distance as 265 meters. Then the map is properly scaled, but it's not geo-coded. It's not geo-referenced. And that's another issue we're going to talk about. And now we can start creating links. vSync is quite different to Amazon. In order to create links, you first have to select this button, Links and Connector. And the first thing you want to do is to use your right button. Press your right button and drag it to create links. You will be able to generate opposite direction and specify the number of lanes. So I actually have already created a link here. If we turn the background off, press Ctrl B to turn the background off, we'll be able to see 2 links. Okay, 2 links. Press Ctrl B to resume the background, to display the background. Then I quickly create another link. Another one from here to here. One from here to here. One from here to here. I don't know if you can see me, but let me show you the result. So if I turn this background off, you will see these links. And if you press Ctrl A, which is equal to View Center Line, you'll be seeing it more clearly. Now the next step is to modify the shape of these links. For example, this link. For each vSync link, if you right-click somewhere, you are able to create a new control point. And if you use your left button, you can move the left control point. So left-click this link and right-click to create a new point. By doing this, you can simulate the geometry. You can accurately simulate the geometry. And when you change the shape of the link, the length of it will be automatically recalculated. So let's just focus on this intersection. I'm using my left button to drag these links. Okay. The next step is to create connectors. And this is also very difficult. I mean, not very obvious. To create a connector from this link to that link, you first have to select this link using your left button and use your right click to specify the start of the connector and drag it onto the target link or target link. Okay? Let me say again. You first have to select this link by left button and press your right button and drag it onto the target link. And for creating connector, there is a very useful option. Here you can use spline to make the connector more smooth. So here by default is creating two points or two vertices, but you can change that to like 5. And then you will be seeing a very smooth connector. So let me do it quickly like this. Left click. This one is one thing to mention. In vSim, you will see undo and redo in the menu, but when you are creating a network, it's typically disabled because it doesn't allow you to undo. So when you are modifying your network, be very careful. Okay, so I created 3 link connectors. For each of them, I can right-click and add more middle points. Another thing in vSim is if you are unable to select any item on any entity, you can right-click the blank space. Okay, and you will link all the items. Okay. Sometimes it will be very difficult for you to select a certain entity, so you right click. And let me quickly do this link connectors for you. Remember, first select the link, then use the right button to drag. A common mistake is you didn't select this link and you want to use your right button to drag. And this way, you are going to create link, not connector. So let's just keep this away, keep this link away. Okay, so we created links and connectors. And the next step will be creating nodes. Just finish this. So, like Amazon, a node is also a collection of connectors. In order to create a node, you click this node button and use your right click here and hold. Don't release it and drag a line. Then you will be able to, then you can release your button and right click, maybe right click here, double right click here. Then we will be able to select or create a node. So here is a node. You want to put all your connectors within the polygon, so the node can understand which polygon, which connectors that are belonging to this node. The next step is to control the speed. I think you know that in Germany, I mean, on their highways, there was no speed limit. There's no speed limit. And that's why they don't create like a default speed limit for each link. So if you select the links, you won't be able to see the speed limit. They require you to manually add the speed limit. But there are two kinds of things that we can use to control speed. The first one is called a reduced speed area, and it's typically used for curves, like ramps. For these reduced speed areas, vehicle will decelerate before it reaches this sign. So, for example, let me create one for you. So let me select this button, reduce speed area. And what I want to do is to first select a link. Select a connector because it's typically used on connector. Select this connector. Then use right click here and drag it to the end. Then I will be able to specify the parameters. Let me do it again. So you left click. That one already created. So left click this connector, right click at the start point and drag it to the end point. And in this way, you can specify the parameters. You have to click this new button to associate the desired speed limit to the vehicle class. For example, for cars, I can change the speed limit to like 5 kilometers per hour, 12 kilometers per hour. And this will be the maximum deceleration that the vehicles will apply before they reach this reduced speed area sign. By doing this, I have created a reduced speed area. Another option for you is called desired speed decisions. And this is not used for ramps, it's used for permanent speed changes. For example, you can represent the speed signs. And after passing this decision point, each vehicle will be assigned a new speed according to a distribution. And these decision signs are normally placed on links. And the vehicle is very different from the reduced speed areas in that, in this case, vehicle will change the speed only after passing this area. So they will not do anything until they reach this sign.
And would the change be immediate or take a
and
while?
The change will be taken a while. So let me put one here. Desired speed decisions. First click this icon. Then select your link. Always select your link before adding something. Select this link. And for example, right click here. And you can associate the vehicle type and desired speed limit. For example, 60 kilometers per hour. And in this way, if you zoom in, you will see a green bar here, which represents a speed decision, desired speed decision. The next task is to set our travel demand, like put some vehicles to it. Vehicle inputs represents the traffic volume that enter this network. So, for example, I want to create some vehicles, generate some vehicles into this link. Then I select this button, vehicle input. Then left click this link and right click. Then I will be able to see this window, this dialog. I just want to put a number of vehicles between this time period here.